You've probably been decluttering the hard way your whole life, picking up random things, asking keep or toss, and feeling stuck within minutes. It gets tiring, fast. So what if you flipped it? What if instead of deciding what to get rid of, you only focused on what actually deserves a place in your life? Sounds almost too simple, but it works, and once you try it, you might not go back. Start with the end in mind. Most people start decluttering the wrong way. They stand in the middle of a messy room, stare at everything, and think, what should I throw away? That question feels heavy, almost uncomfortable, so they stop or delay it. Decluttering backwards changes that completely. You don't start with loss, you start with intention. You begin by asking a softer question. What do I actually want to keep? It sounds small, but it changes everything. Suddenly, the room doesn't feel like a battlefield, it feels like a selection process, like you're choosing, not sacrificing. Define your essentials first. Imagine opening your wardrobe, clothes everywhere, some worn, some forgotten, some you don't even like anymore but still hang there. Now, instead of sorting everything, you pick only your favorites, the ones you reach for without thinking, the comfortable shirt, the reliable jeans. Maybe that one outfit you always feel confident in. You pull those out first. That's it. No stress yet. No decisions about the rest. You're just building a pile of certainty. And that pile grows slowly, quietly. It feels good, actually. Create a keep zone. Now you give those chosen items a home, a clear, visible space, your keep zone. It could be a shelf, a box, a corner of the bed. Doesn't matter. What matters is this. Only the best things go there. And here's where it gets interesting. As the space fills up, you naturally hesitate. You pause before adding something new. You think, does this really belong here? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And that hesitation, that's clarity forming in real time. Let the rest become optional. Everything outside the keep zone starts to lose its importance. Not instantly, but slowly. It's still there, but it feels different now, like background noise. You're not rushing to throw it away, you're just not choosing it again. And that's a powerful shift, because you're not forcing yourself to let go, you're simply not picking it up again. Strange how that works. Reduce emotional resistance. There's always that one item, or many, old gifts, clothes tied to memories, things that feel too personal to discard. Normally, this is where decluttering stops. People get stuck here. But with this method, you don't fight those emotions. You just don't prioritize those items. They stay outside the keep zone. No drama, no pressure. Over time, the emotional grip weakens. You look at them again later, and suddenly it's easier. Not effortless, but easier than before. Avoid decision overload. Decision fatigue is real, very real. After a while, everything starts to look equally confusing. Keep, toss, maybe, it becomes noise. But here, you're only making one type of decision. What deserves space in your keep zone? That's it. Fewer decisions, less mental strain, and honestly, your brain appreciates it. You don't feel drained after 1 hour. You might even keep going, which is rare. Work in small, manageable sections. One drawer, just one. That's how it usually starts. You open it, take out the things you actually use, and place them in your keep zone. Done. The rest stays. For now. You move on, maybe to a shelf next, then a bag. Small wins stack up. Slowly, the space changes. You don't even notice it at first, but one day you look around and think, this feels lighter, and it is. Build clarity about your preferences. Something else happens along the way. You begin to understand yourself better. Not in a dramatic way, just small realizations, like why you always pick certain colors, or why some items stay untouched for months. Patterns appear, quietly. You start trusting your choices more, and maybe, just maybe, you stop buying things you don't really need. Not always, but more often than before. Make letting go a natural outcome. At some point, you return to the leftover items, the ones outside the keep zone, and they don't feel the same anymore. They feel distant, less important. You might pick one up and think, why did I even keep this? And just like that, you let it go. No big moment, no struggle. It just happens. That's the beauty of this method. Letting go becomes a side effect, not the main task. Maintain a clutter-free lifestyle. Decluttering backwards doesn't really end, it becomes a way of thinking. When something new comes into your life, you pause, just for a second. You ask, does this belong in my keep zone? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, and if not, it doesn't stay. Simple. Not perfect, you'll slip sometimes, everyone does, but overall, your space stays calmer, lighter, more intentional, and that makes a difference even on the busiest days. So next time you feel overwhelmed by clutter, don't start by asking what to throw away. Start by choosing what deserves to stay. It's quieter, kinder, and honestly, much easier. Try it once, just a small space, and see how different it feels. If this made you think a little differently about your space, you'll probably enjoy more simple, real-life ideas like this on Rustic Pantry.